Guys, if you were struggling with ZVP on that map,
Wow.
do what viOLet did.
Yeah,
It was pretty strong.
that was nice.
And against Void Ray openings, guess what? Hydralisk kill Void Rays, Rance, really fast. Yeah. Additionally, against big gateway openings, it hits before Warp Gate finishes.
Mm-hmm.
So you will be pretty proof against that.
All right, if you're just now joining us, the only thing you missed was the first game of the finals here in a best-of-5 series. So you've got at least 2 more games remaining here before the conclusion of tonight's Rundown number 8 tournament here on the Cybersports Network.
Yep.
Looks like we're being invited to the second game in this series, so it should be coming up shortly. Shout-outs to Will C13, Stavros HL, Kim G, Cybersports Network, Herp Derp. What's up, Herp Derp? Who else is
Golden
in this
Boy.
chat? Golden Boy is in the chat. Mr. Volov, Northern Spectre. He's in the chat. Lewis Clark 8080, he's in the chat. Tayon SC, what's up? Shout outs to everybody who's watching and participating in chat. You make things interesting out there. You really do.
Yeah.
These guys are making it interesting in the game. You're making it interesting out in the internet land. Check it out, man. Hell of a contingent of players for this week's rundown. And if this is your first time watching or listening to the rundown, this ain't a one-time thing.
Every week, Rance.
Every week, retarded skill. Retarded in a good way. Retarded good. Mad nerd ballers out in the world. And luckily, we can round them up for this tournament here. So join us every Thursday night.
It's kind of crazy, the kind of talent pool that we get in the size of an event.
Yeah.
Really is.
It's nice to see. It's kind of a little diamond in the rough tournament here, you guys. So tell your friends, tweet about it.
We had viOLet, Destiny, Rain was supposed to be here. He bailed. Mystic took his place and made it to the semis. MoOk from Clash. Some good players.
Ver,
Check 6. Lau as well.
Yep.
The Mista.
Puck.
Greek's best, for sure. We've got a game though, Rance.
Yes.
And this is actually going to be on GSL Daybreak, which is a big map. And that was MoOk's choice. So I think we'll be seeing a FFE out of him on this map again. You can definitely do it. It is kind of a wide choke to wall off for that FFE.
Yeah.
So that is something to worry about. And viOLet's kind of an aggro Zerg. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some one-base Baneling or even some two-base Baneling aggression.
Forward pylon going down there for MoOk right before he scouts.
We actually haven't done player intros.
Ooh.
I think we've forgotten that.
In the red. Spawning at the lower left position in the Protoss skin, we have from Team Clash, MoOk. And spawning in the top right position, cross map in the purple as the Zerg. From Team Empire, we have the Zerg Master, viOLet.
And viOLet up to 14 supply. Probe is already here. And this is actually a pretty responsible play out of MoOk to send the probe that early. Now, you could say, hey, why are you sending the probe that early, MoOk? You're losing out on a lot of economy. But what MoOk is effectively doing is he's ensuring that he can go Nexus first. He's basically looking at this saying, if I get here and I see a 6 pool, I know that I need to drop a pylon up here, my forge, down here, but like 3 pylon block there, and be ready to put cannons behind so that I don't die to that, right? But by getting this probe out here so early, he can see when the pool goes down, knows that it's not an early pool, and he's safe to go Nexus first. So very smart play out of him. I really like that decision. Forge following it up. Pretty standard. And at the same time, he is going to be able to delay his Zerg opponent's expansion with the pylon block should he choose, with any other shenanigans. Look at this. Probe goes over to the front, looks like it's exiting, and then heads over to the third base. And we haven't seen viOLet favor that 3 hatch before gas style a lot.
Right.
But this is another map where you can definitely do that on.
Pylon goes down, and the hatchery replaces it quickly from viOLet. Still on schedule.
Second queen on the way. And this probe, oh, it almost escaped. It thought it escaped. I saw him clicking. He's like, get in the very corner, probe. But viOLet, too good, spotted the red on the mini-map and said, that ain't green. That's not my color.
Pretty easy to spot that red color on that mini-map, ain't it?
Yeah.
Another probe going to get busted by these Zerglings down here.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
mean, those probes, they think they're sneaky and all, Rance.
Yeah.
But really, viOLet has their number. He has like eyes in the sky. Those probes, they have the RFID driver's licenses, and viOLet's Zerglings have the locator. Getting chased down.
I think viOLet has the OGL wall hack.
Probably.
He's got wall hacks.
Probably.
OGL.
viOLet actually going for the super fast third base before gas. So playing a different style. And I like it. I like it mixing it up quite a bit. You know, last game it was a 2-base Nidus all in with Hydralisks. And this game, he's going straight up macro. Like super straight up macro. Look at this. Core, super late core. Like what do we see here from MoOk? He's actually banking quite a bit of gas. So this is probably going to be a Stargate follow-up. And taking a third gas, actually. So Stargate or D2. Or maybe we'll just go straight for Templar. I actually haven't seen that yet. It's probably because there's this really sick timing Zerg in it where they just kill you. It's a good reason not to go straight for Templar.
Cybercore finishes and the Warp Gate upgrade starts for the Protoss player just now at 6 minutes 30 seconds.
Stargate it is. So the choice is now made. And the Overlord is on the wrong pylon on the edge of the base.
Mm-hmm.
So Stargate down as well as Sentry. That's another good reason to bank gas.
viOLet, of course, with the sound 3-base play here, throws down his Evo chamber. And he's going to have anti-air well in time.
Yep. He actually has not started layer yet, and that's a little bit concerning to me. Because generally you want to get those layer tech upgrades up before the 9-minute mark. Or you want to start getting them up at least before the 9-minute mark. A couple of Zealots poaching out onto the map. And those will get... well, those will push back, rather, the 4 Zerglings. Because it actually takes 4 Zerglings to kill 1 Zealot. And there are 2. But viOLet now has started into a little bit of Ling production. And this is enough Zerglings to kill off those Zealots. So I think he's going to go for it.
Roach Warren about to finish too, viOLet. So he's got a couple of different unit choices.
Double Stargate.
Double Stargate.
And I think that was actually scouted by viOLet. We're going to check into that. No, he is not. He did lose an Overlord, I guess, over here to that Sentry. Pretty good creep spread, connecting his bases. This is so important to do, especially when your opponent goes for air dominance in a play like this. You have to have creep connecting, otherwise your queens cannot bounce around and help defend. Now the problem here is that viOLet is probably at most expecting single Stargate. And instead, we actually have double Stargate, and there are no Void Rays coming out of these Stargates. This is only Phoenixes. So he is going for a huge Phoenix play, following it up with Gateways. And this is kind of crazy out of MoOk. I haven't seen this in a while. It's actually like, oh, there's one Void Ray out, I'm sorry. But it's actually super strong, because you can just like kill off all the Overlords and just lift drones and queens all day.
Right. When you get the right amount of Phoenix out in the right spot too, man, those units start to melt when you start lifting them.
And the other thing that this totally denies opening Phoenix like this is it kills off the Zerg trying to go Mutalisk. Zerg cannot go Mutalisk if you open up the Phoenix this time.
Alright, the Phoenixes have now been revealed here, and viOLet is in full panic mode probably after seeing that many of them. And he's also going to know exactly what's going on in the base here. Some harassment of the Overlords here, but it looks like some good anti-air defense in the way there. But that's enough Phoenixes for it not to matter here. He's going to pull away the damaged Phoenixes. And he's going to supply block viOLet pretty deeply here.
He's killing off so many Overlords. One far. He's had great control, and more Overlords are just going to go down. So, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. viOLet making 5 Overlords. But viOLet, this is the way that you deal with a Protoss who does this. You put pressure on their front. They're forced to pull back with their units to defend. Or if they committed too much into these air units like Phoenixes that actually can't attack, you just stop. I feel like he wasn't as cost effective as he wanted to be, though, with those Phoenixes.
Yep. Clash does have plenty of cash, though. So his follow-up should be pretty strong in this situation. You can see viOLet brings his army over to the 3rd location, expecting and hoping to see something, but he doesn't.
viOLet actually going for an Infestor follow-up, and oh, look at this. If he can pick off these sentries, that would be huge. Looks like he's got 1, gets 2, will he get the 3rd one? I think those Zerglings will have it, no. And wow, he just orbed in another bunch of sentries. But some pressure here from viOLet. I like this play. I think it's super smart. And using Phoenixes on roaches is not... He will kill one of the roaches and almost kill another, but that's kind of a waste.
Yeah, not quite worth it there.
viOLet taking a 4th base.
Well, viOLet seems to be weathering this Phoenix harass.
And viOLet actually getting a Spire anyway, and he has Infestors out, so I'm really curious about this decision. Usually when a Protoss opens up 2 Stargate like that, going Mutalisk at least is just a bad idea, because they already have the Stargates there, they already have some you know, Phoenixes out on the map, and Phoenixes can out-micro mutas, and then you just lose. He might be getting it for Corruptors, which would be a decent choice, but we'll have to see. Making a ton of drones right now.
Wow, is that around a 19, I see?
Yeah, there's 19 drones in production. And these drones are actually going to arrive at this base, and these Phoenixes are going to kind of have their way with them.
Ooh, there you go. All-you-can-eat buffet here for the Phoenixes. They're going to lift up all these drones, and look at those 4 crawlers just transferring. They can do nothing.
Huge
right now.
fungal going down, though. That's a big deal. Another fungal going down. Those Phoenixes actually are just going to get chain fungaled, and they should all go down. Absolutely, wow. So if Investor just lost there for MoOk, he cannot be feeling good in that situation, but he has gotten his 3rd up. It's walled off, and that is 4 more gates, so he will be up to, that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gates, and a Robo, getting Colossus range, and Blink as well. So we're going to have classic Death Ball off 3 base. Something we've seen a lot. viOLet, though, I feel is in a great position. Like, he's up 20 supply already. He's getting Mutalisks out. He just killed off all the Phoenixes, so his Mutalisks are actually going to be much more effective. There's still 1 on the field, but it's pretty badly hurt, and if he can kill off these Stargates, he is totally safe to go like that.
The thing about MoOk's play this round, though, is after he made that initial round of Phoenixes, he hasn't really continued production. From the Stargates, so.
And viOLet is actually just waiting until he has like a critical mass of mutas, and then he's just going to do huge damage with it.
There we go, rolling into the main here. And
that cannon.
Focusing down the cannon, focusing down the pylon, and he's going to go shopping over here for the Stargate as well, dropping the pylon on that one too. Boy, it's kind of easy pickings in the main base here. Are you sure that the Stargate's the right choice?
I mean, I think killing the Stargates off basically does not allow your opponent to go for Phoenixes again, which means that your Muta Harass is way more effective. So I agree with that choice, killing it off, especially now that his opponent he's committed to this Colossus Stalker competition. He doesn't even have Blink up yet. He's frantically trying to get upgrades. And this just means viOLet can just make nothing but mutas. And he went double Spire, actually, guys. So he's getting double ups on his mutas, and this is like Lenok Foyu right here, going double Spire. Of course, Lenok actually did it versus Terran, which was insane, but oh, that is a lot of cannons. viOLet, you need to get in there before those finish. Looks like he will miss that window of opportunity, but he don't care. viOLet don't give a shit. He just goes for it anyway.
Honey Badger style right up the gut there. You see with these Mutalisks dropping all those cannons, very costly there for the Protoss player.
I love this out of MoOk. I think this is so smart. Look at this. He says, I don't have sensor towers because I'm not Terran, but I got observers, and those are almost as good.
Violet's sitting pretty on 5 bases right now. 2,500K, 2,500 minerals, sorry, in the bank.
And he's maxed. He actually
And-
cannot make
Wow.
any more Mutalisks. Actually, I guess he could make a couple more Mutalisks because he is starting to sack other bits of his army. That is not going to go too well. But he's really just trying to, and a huge blink forward. Wow, losing a bunch of Mutalisks. So I think at some point he's going to realize, hey, there might be an observer there. Starting to spine up the front, though. Wants to buy time in order to, and another huge blink. Oh, Violet, what are you going to learn? The stalkers are not leaving. Violet, what are you doing?
It's the life of excess. He's balling so hard he's got gold teeth right now, friend.
Yeah, I think so. Like, he was like, I know my normal teeth are okay, but I just want gold ones.
Yeah, my normal teeth are very handsome, but I'd
I'd
like
like
to
some-
say violet and platinum when I smile.
Yeah. And so he's just doing it.
He can afford it right now.
He can. And Mook moving out to take this half base. He does have a rich geyser. But Violet staying with the double spire. I would expect this +1 to finish and a greater spire to pop up. There he goes. So continuing with the upgrades. This is why you go double spire, of course, so you can get Broodlords and Flyer upgrades at the same time. Oh, Mutalisk sneaking around to the backside. What is there to spot over here? Oh, the whole army.
A lot of mutas, though.
And that Overseer actually just like died before
melted
it saw
fast.
anything.
Yeah.
But this is a lot of Mutalisks.
Up to 2 pages worth there, buddy. And that's pretty much snipe almost anything numbers.
Yep.
And there's more mutas in the main base over there to the rights, too, a little bit. There's just so many of them hanging around. Wow. There they are.
Oh yeah, and some Corruptors
Yeah.
with the 1/1, which actually makes Corruptors do a lot of damage.
Things looking very, very pretty for Violet now.
Let's
He
poke
just
in.
decides to engage these stalkers from the front side here.
And there actually weren't that many of them there, so he actually did huge damage, losing, I think, maybe too many of those mutas in that engagement. You know, the warp in underneath him really kind of hurt. But Greater Spire just finished up 8 more Corruptors on the way. That's actually going to be so many Broodlords Rants.
Yeah, watch the mineral count here for Violet, because it's going to plummet here quick when he pops all of those brood lords.
But hold on, we've got a mothership on the way. And I just want to point out, Rance, that your mama ship's so fat, she cloaks the main and the expansion.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Violet just mining gas at this expansion, which is of course exactly what you want to do in this situation. It's going to get cleaned up, but like really what is Violet losing here? He's losing 5 drones and 300 minerals, and he's got 4,300. At the same time, he's just going to come in here and do as much damage as he can. He's killing off so many probes, and this stalker count is actually just going to fall.
Well,
This is not enough stalkers to deal with that many Mutalisks. And he's making 13 Broodlords back at home.
there we go.
So it's so nasty. Honey Badger Violet don't give a shit. You just heard it right there. 2 more Broodlords coming in, plus 3 Flyer armor, plus 2 Flyer attack. And Infestor Broodlord is the name of the game. And really, like, what is he going to be able to do? Like, what can Mook do? Like, he doesn't have Archons, so he can't Archon toilet all the Broodlords. Doesn't even have a Templar Archives out. He does though have Warp Prisms now, and this is so smart. If he just takes this Warp Prism and loads up, look at the Zealot.
No, he didn't do it.
He's just gonna warp in Zealots. He's got like 15 games back up.
Oh, this should be pretty gnarly here.
Clash Mook, don't give a shit.
Here comes Mook. Oh boy. Yeah.
Actually,
Warp Prism was under siege there for a second.
So he's just gonna move back. He's actually warping in DTs.
Ooh, and the mutas are coming in.
And the DTs are actually just gonna get
They're going to be
cleaned up.
impotent in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for the spawning pool, which is a good move, but it's not going to happen. And Mook's army moving down to the bottom. There's a bunch of spines here. That is actually just...
And all of the Brood
Violet,
Lords in the world.
What are you doing, Violet?
This is reminiscent of week 1 of the run,
Terra.
actually. Yeah. Versus Terra. And it was versus P that he was able to do it.
And Mook, at this point, not in the best situation, has to pull back. He knows about these Broodlords. At least I think he did. He did have an observer over here. Maybe that finally got killed off. Wow.
Yep.
That's 22 Broodlords.
Yeah.
Like, and they do 24 damage plus Broodlings.
And they're 2/2 with the Broodlings, right? Oh no, it's just one
The
Broodlings.
Broodlings are 1-0. Okay. But the Broodlings still, like 1-0 Broodlings does so much damage.
There we go. Mothership is out though, and these units are cloaked. There is one single Overseer
Look at
out.
this. He's splitting up his Broodlords. Oh, this is so smart. He's like, I am not going to get... And look at this. He's got the Archons. That's enough Archons to Archon toilet the whole thing.
Very nice. This
So-
this could go either way, you guys, if he lands his Vortex correctly with this Mothership.
He's using the DTs to do that. And these Broodlords poaching it over here. And this force moving down to the bottom at the same time. This army is immobile. viOLet actually is totally out of position. And if it comes down to a base trade, I'm actually not sure who's going to win this. I think that MoOk might take it with the Mothership.
All right, here goes the Protoss player into the fourth base of viOLet right now with the Mothership. viOLet's going to continue to push with the Broodlords and Infestors and Queens. Wow, he's just got everything up front there, isn't he?
And that's like so many Broodlings. Like it's kind of strange to watch.
Yeah.
It's like an army of Broodlings. It's really cool.
Indeed.
And viOLet with the long distance mining.
And it looks like MoOk turns around with his force, and he's forced to deal with his force out of viOLet.
viOLet starting to split things again. viOLet, this is so smart, but his Queens and Infestors are a little bit out of position.
Yeah.
Is he going to see this in time?
That's a lot of Archons too,
To blink forward.
Ooh!
Fungals! More Fungals going down, but then so many
That's a lot of
Archons.
Archons, man. Yeah.
All he needs to do is get the Vortex with the Mothership was out of position the whole time.
Whoa. A lot of those Archons are going down too, but the Mothership shows up, throws down the Vortex, and just a couple units are getting sucked in there. He doesn't really convert too well with it.
Not enough stuff is in there, I don't think. And I think that viOLet has this game. I don't think he's going to lose.
With the Vortex there was kind of a big deal. Yep. Queens come out of the Vortex, Mothership goes down, and this should be cleaned up in seconds.
Wow.
viOLet taking the second game versus MoOk here in the best of 5 series. We have at least
So guys,
one more map remaining.
I think the answer to everyone's ZVP problems is you just need to make 22 Broodlords.